Lawyers, has the opposing counsel ever won the case for you? I was representing myself in small claims court against my former landlord, fighting for my $200 security deposit. The man had kept it claiming excessive damage to an apartment I'd left spotless. I'd documented everything, photos, receipts, even a walkthrough video. Still felt outmatched when his attorney walked in wearing a $2,000 suit. Attorney Brennan looked exactly how you'd imagine. Silver hair, leather briefcase, the confident stride of someone who bills $400 an hour. My landlord, Hector, sat beside him looking smug. Your Honor, Brennan began, pulling out a thick folder. We have documentation of extensive damage requiring the full deposit for repairs. He presented invoices. Professional cleaning, $800. Carpet replacement, $1,400. Wall repainting, $600. Kitchen cabinet refinishing, $400. All dated 2 weeks after I'd moved out. I showed my move-out video, timestamped and continuous. Every room pristine. Brennan barely glanced at it. Videos can be edited, he said smoothly. These invoices are from licensed contractors. The judge seemed to be buying it. My hands were shaking. Then Brennan made his mistake. Furthermore, he continued, opening another folder, my client has documentation of similar damage from the tenant's previous residence. He handed the judge a letter. From my previous landlord. Except I recognized that letterhead immediately. It was from the complex where I'd lived 4 years ago, where the property manager was a woman named Patricia, who'd loved me so much she tried to set me up with her nephew. May I see that letter? I asked. The judge passed it over. It was completely fabricated. Wrong dates. Patricia's name spelled incorrectly. And the kicker, it referenced damage to a dishwasher. That complex didn't have dishwashers. Your Honor, I said, my voice steadier now. I'd like to call Patricia Delgado to verify this letter. I pulled out my phone, found her number, put it on speaker with the judge's permission. Patricia, this is your former tenant from Valley Grove, Unit 4B. Did you write a letter about property damage I caused? Her voice filled the courtroom. Honey, you were my best tenant in 30 years. I never wrote any letter. Is someone saying I did? Brennan's face changed. He stared at Hector. Your Honor, Brennan said slowly, I need a moment with my client. They stepped outside. Through the door's window, I watched Brennan's body language shift from smooth attorney to barely contained fury. His finger jabbed at Hector's chest. Hector was backing away, hands up defensively. They returned 5 minutes later. Your Honor, Brennan said, his jaw tight. I've just learned my client provided me with falsified documents. I cannot and will not present fraudulent evidence to this court. He turned to Hector. I'm withdrawing as your counsel immediately. Then he did something I'll never forget. He looked directly at me. The invoices are likely fabricated as well. I suggest you request the court to verify them directly with the contractors listed. Hector went white. The judge's expression hardened. Mr. Brennan, are you stating your client committed fraud? I'm stating I can no longer represent him based on ethical violations, Your Honor. Brennan packed his briefcase and left. Hector stood there alone, suddenly looking very small. The judge didn't even need my video after that. He called the first contractor on the invoice. They'd never heard of Hector or the property. Same with the second. Judgment for the plaintiff, the judge said coldly. Full deposit plus court costs to be returned immediately. And Mr. Hector, I'm referring this case to the district attorney for fraud investigation. Outside the courthouse, Brennan was waiting by his car. I'm sorry you had to deal with that, he said. I don't tolerate clients who lie to me. You could have kept quiet about the invoices, I said. He smiled grimly. 23 years practicing law. Never once presented evidence I knew was false. Wasn't starting today for someone who thinks lawyers are tools for theft. I got my check 3 days later. Hector was charged with fraud 2 weeks after that. Sometimes the best lawyer in your corner is the one who is supposed to be against you.